Hello, I'm Kira. I'm 16. How old are you? If you are 14 or more, then this lesson is for you. And the theme of our lesson is crime and the law. In this lesson, you can learn to talk about crimes in English. You will learn vocabulary to talk about crimes, criminals, and the justice system in English.
Scam, an illegal plan for making money, especially one that involves tricking people. Pickpocketing, the crime of stealing things out of people's pockets or bags, especially in a crowd. Burglary, the crime of entering a structure, such as house or commercial building, with the intent to commit a theft. Robbery, the crime of stealing from somewhere or someone.
I love watching films. How about you? If so, then you will like this part.
오, 마무리. 어? 새빨간.
야, 서울대학교 문서 위조학과 뭐 이런 거 없나? 야, 이 기정이에 수석 입학하겠다. 에?
그죠?
Can you tell me what type of crime is it? Of course, it is a scam, because this girl scams her employer to get a job.
Put your hands on the counter, where I can see him. Don't move.
Aw, poor Kevin, he must be so scared. This is what we call a burglary, because burglars broke into his house. Okay, let's move on. Our next crime happens in the shop, where a robber is committing a robbery. By the way, do you know when we do a crime, we say commit a crime? That verb collocates to all the crimes we are going to learn today. And this is a pickpocketing, because she stole his wallet. Look at the table. Do you remember the missing word? The word is scam, from the verb scam. With crime vocabulary, you often need to learn words in threes. Do you know the noun forms? Here they are. You need to know one noun for the person, one noun for the activity, and the verb. Sometimes some of the forms might be the same. For example, scam, scammer, scam. Sometimes some of the forms might be a completely different word, like this: thief, stealing, steal. Keep this in mind when learning crime vocabulary. Let's look at some other useful vocabulary from the stories. If you are stealing something from a shop, it is called a shoplifting. If you are committing a shoplifting, you are a shoplifter. When he wants to steal her money and he has a gun, he is committing a mugging. When you are stealing a car, you are taking control of that car from someone else. It is called a carjacking. When it's a plane, it is a hijacking. The person who commits a crime is a carjacker or a hijacker. If you break, damage, or destroy someone else's property, that is called a vandalism. Bank robbery is committed by a bank robber. The verb is to rob. Burglary is for a crime. Burglar is for a criminal. To burgle for a verb. Mugging is a crime. Mugger is a criminal. And to mug is a verb. Shoplifting is committed by a shoplifter. And the verb is to shoplift. Pickpocketing is a crime. Pickpocketer is a criminal, while the verb is to steal. Kidnapping is done by a kidnapper, and the verb is to kidnap. Hijacking is committed by a hijacker, and the verb is to hijack. Carjacking is committed by a carjacker, and the verb is to carjack. When a person commits a crime, the policeman will have to put handcuffs on them. The verb is to arrest. Later, the criminal will go to a building where they have to argue that they didn't do anything wrong, they didn't commit a crime. Before the next part, we have a challenge for you. Try to find words with these meanings in it. This guy is saying, you committed a crime. You did it. So you are guilty.
Either guilty.
I'm not guilty of anything.
You want to say, I didn't commit any crime. I am innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. These people will hear your story and the other side of the story. And they are called the jury. And they will decide whether you are guilty or innocent. Also, this person will decide whether you are guilty or innocent. This person controls the court. They are called the judge.
Order.
We have a word for a decision that is made. The decision of guilty or innocent is the verdict. They don't say we decide you are guilty or innocent. They say we find you guilty or innocent. For example, a sentence could be, he was found guilty of robbery. So what's the punishment? We can talk about punishment with the word sentence. For example, a sentence could be, he was sentenced to 5 years. Remember the test given before? Of course, the person who controls the court is the judge. The decision that is made by the judge is the verdict. The jury make a decision whether you are guilty or innocent. A sentence could be a fine, an imprisonment, or a community service order. A fine is a penalty that requires the convicted person to pay a sum of money. An imprisonment is the act of putting someone into a jail. Community service order is a court order to do work in the community without pay. There is a task for you. Here we need to match words with their meanings. You can pause the video at any moment to check yourself. Okay, let's start. When we say guilty, we mean not innocent. The same goes for innocent. We mean not guilty. The judge is a person who controls the court. And when the judge is making a verdict, he is passing a sentence. When a policeman puts handcuffs on a suspect, he is arresting them.
Let's check the answers. Here's a task for you. Match the words with their meanings. Pause the video if needed. Okay, let's start. When we talk about mugging, we mean stealing something from a person, mainly on a street. Vandalism means the same as breaking, damaging, or destroying someone else's property. When you see a person stealing from a shop, you know it's shoplifting. To kidnap someone means to steal a person. Let's check the answers.
There is a saying, crime doesn't pay. Then, if you are 14 or more, don't break the law, learn English with me for free. Whew, we worked hard for now. There is much more useful language related to crime and the law in the task. Use this QR code to do the task. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.